Man, I'm so inflexible. And every now and then I set out to put an end to that. I stick to it a couple of days and then I give up because it's boring. I'm the type of person who likes to have something to stretch myself against. Got it? Stretch. And have projects going, test myself in different ways. So it's time for a flexibility challenge. So I'm going to undergo 30 days of intense middle split flexibility training. Time to test baseline. I'm also a victim of the some is good, more is better mentality, and that's for sure going to be applied in this experiment. So let's try to not get hurt. Tom Merricks' YouTube channel is a great resource for mobility training inspiration and especially his follow-alongs. He has a 20-minute middle split follow-along, which is great to use in this experiment. I'm doing around 30 minutes of stretching daily. I get a bit sore some days because I stretch really uniformly and only focusing on one part of the leg. From now I'm also going to add stretches for the other directions of the hip. What I'm doing here is PNF. It's a simple and effective method of increasing range of motion. Simply press gently down in the direction or in the opposite direction of the stretch and relax for a couple of seconds and then return to the stretch. And you should be able to get a little bit further. I've had 2 days without stretching, and without running or anything, just for recovery. I've felt increasingly sore and felt that my progress has been stagnating. The point of this is not to overdo it, or it's to overdo it, but not too much. This is not the optimal way of getting to the middle splits or anything like that. I want to do as much as I can without getting hurt and see how far I can get in 30 days. I'm doing the retest now, trying to keep all factors like warm-up, posture and time of the day as similar as possible to the initial test. That went horrible. I'm gonna have a break for several days and try again later. I was surprised when I saw that I performed worse after stretching for 15 hours over the last month, but I was quite sore, so I wanted to try again after letting my body recover for 10 days and start again with fresh hips. And this time it was a completely different story, and I increased the distance from 179 centimeters from the first try to 194 at the end of the project. So that's an 8% increase in 30 days. It's not really clear what happens when we get more flexible. It might be changes in the tissues, neuromuscular adaptations, or simply an increase in the pain tolerance. Not to say that this is a scientific project, it's just a fun experiment to see what could happen in 30 days. I'm gonna continue working on my mobility, but I'm gonna find a more effective and less painful method. If you would like to see the progression of this story, then you are weird as f***. Then you should subscribe.